What if your blood pressure wasn't just high, but rising every single morning before you even get out of bed? A recent study found that 73% of seniors experience a dangerous surge in blood pressure within the first 2 hours of waking up. That's enough to increase the risk of heart attacks and strokes by 50%, and most people don't even know it's happening. But here's the good news. Just a few tiny changes to your morning routine can make a huge difference. And I'm about to show you 5 simple habits that could naturally lower your blood pressure without pills, stress, or expensive gadgets. These aren't your typical eat healthy tips. Habit number 3 is so surprising, it goes against what most doctors still recommend, and it might just be the one that saves your life. You've got few minutes. That's all it takes to protect your heart, starting tomorrow morning. Before we dive into these 5 powerful habits, I have to tell you something that might shock you. There's one morning routine almost everyone believes is healthy, but for seniors with high blood pressure, it can actually be dangerous, deadly even. I found this out the hard way when my uncle, 67, active, took his meds, collapsed one morning right after his usual routine. We all thought he was doing everything right, but one small habit done at the wrong time nearly cost him his life. And there's more. My friend Dr. Martinez, a cardiologist with 30 years of experience, taught me a 30-second bedroom trick he gives to his own patients. It's easy, completely natural, and it works instantly to bring your blood pressure down before you even stand up. So stick with me. Because once you hear habit number 3, you'll understand why even the smartest doctors can miss it. Blood pressure isn't just a number, it's a rhythm, a wave that rises and falls with your body's clock. But what most people don't know is this: your blood pressure surges by 40 to 50 points during the first 3 hours after waking. Doctors call it the morning surge, and it's the reason 70% of strokes and heart attacks happen before noon. I never thought much about it until my neighbor, Mrs. Carroll, 68, retired teacher, sweet as pie, collapsed in her kitchen just after her morning tea. No warning signs, no stress, just a normal morning, until it wasn't. At the hospital, her doctor told me her body just wasn't ready to be upright yet. As we age, our arteries stiffen, stress hormones spike at sunrise, and our heart wakes up before the rest of us does. That's why we need habits that work with our biology, not fight against it. And that's exactly what these 5 habits do. But here's where things get really surprising. One of the 5 habits I'm about to share, habit 3, goes completely against what most doctors, books, and wellness experts have told you for years. When I first heard it, I thought it was a mistake. It sounded too strange, too backwards. I almost didn't try it. But then I saw what happened when Mr. Harris, 74, former truck driver, stubborn as they come, gave it a shot. He was skeptical too. But after just 2 weeks of following this one change, his morning blood pressure dropped by over 20 points. No new medication, no side effects, just timing and strategy. And the science behind it? It's backed by one of the top neuroscience labs in the world. Trust me, once you hear it, you'll never look at your morning routine the same way again. Let's get into the 5 habits, starting with one that takes less than a minute in bed. Habit 1, the 4-7-8 breathing reset. Let's start with habit number 1, the one that begins before your feet even touch the floor. It's called the 4-7-8 breathing reset, and it takes less than a minute. Now, don't let the simplicity fool you. This habit isn't just about relaxing. It's a medically backed way to calm your nervous system and tell your heart you're safe. Here's how it works. You breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, hold that breath for 7 seconds, then slowly breathe out through your mouth for 8 seconds. That's 1 round. Do it 3 times before sitting up in bed. Why does this matter? Because right when you wake up, your body releases stress hormones, especially cortisol and adrenaline. They're meant to get you moving, but they also tighten your blood vessels and raise your heart rate. For seniors, this can be dangerous. If your blood pressure is already high, those first few minutes after waking are like a silent pressure cooker inside your chest. The 4-7-8 breathing technique activates your vagus nerve, a powerful nerve that runs from your brain to your heart and controls your body's rest and recover mode. Once that nerve is triggered, your heart rate slows, your blood vessels open, and your entire system stabilizes naturally, without pills or devices. It's like telling your body, we're not in a rush, let's take this slow. Susan, a 71-year-old retired nurse from Arizona, started doing this after her morning readings kept creeping into the danger zone, 160/95, even on medication. 2 weeks into using the 4-7-8 method, her readings dropped to 135/82. Her doctor was shocked. She didn't change her diet, didn't add new meds, just changed how she woke up. And she's not alone. Research from Harvard Medical School shows this type of controlled breathing can lower systolic pressure by up to 15 points in under 5 minutes. It also improves sleep, digestion, and even memory, all through the power of breath. So tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, before you roll out of bed, stop. Take 3 rounds of 4-7-8 breaths. Feel the tension leave your body. Let your heart ease into the day gently, not all at once. That's habit number 1. It may seem small, but it's the foundation for everything that comes next. Because when your body starts the day calm, everything else becomes easier. Ready for habit 2? Let's move just a little, but stay right where you are. Habit 2. The gentle ankle pump. Habit number 2 is even easier than the first, and it takes place while you're still lying in bed. It's called the gentle ankle pump, and though it sounds small, it can have a big impact on your heart. Here's what you do. As soon as you finish your 4-7-8 breathing, point your toes away from you, then pull them back toward your knees. That's 1 pump. Repeat this 15 times. You can go slowly or match your breath. No need to rush. It may seem like just a stretch, but this movement triggers something powerful. Your calf muscles, especially in the lower leg, act like a second heart. They help push blood from your legs back up to your heart, something that becomes harder as we age and spend more time sitting or lying down. For seniors, blood can begin to pool in the legs first thing in the morning. That makes your heart work harder to pump it back up, leading to higher blood pressure, dizziness, and even dangerous falls. But here's the twist. This tiny movement can reduce your systolic blood pressure by up to 12 points in just a few days of practice. A study published in the American Journal of Geriatric Cardiology showed that seniors who did gentle lower leg exercises each morning had better circulation, improved balance, and more stable morning blood pressure. Let me tell you about Mr. Lee, 79, retired mailman who always prided himself on his morning routine. But lately, he'd been waking up dizzy. His pressure would spike after standing, and his doctor warned him it might be early signs of orthostatic hypotension, when blood drops suddenly after getting up. His daughter found a physical therapist online who recommended ankle pumps. Skeptical, but willing, Mr. Lee gave it a try. Within a week, no more morning dizziness. His blood pressure went from 158/92 to 144/85 without medication changes, just through movement. Why does this work so fast? Because movement triggers circulation. It tells your blood, let's get moving, but in a steady way. It warms up the blood vessels before you even get out of bed, and it helps avoid that dangerous pressure surge. So tomorrow morning, after you breathe deeply, gently flex your feet. Point, pull, point, pull. It's simple, it's safe, and it prepares your heart for the day ahead. That's habit number 2. It's not flashy, but like a quiet friend, it shows up exactly when you need it most, and together with your breath, it sets the stage for a calm, balanced morning. Now, habit number 3 is where things get controversial. It's the one that goes against everything you've probably done for decades. You might not like it at first, but once you understand the science, you may never go back. Let's talk coffee. Habit 3. The coffee delay strategy. Now, habit number 3 is going to surprise you, maybe even frustrate you a little, But hear me out. It's called the coffee delay strategy, and it's one of the most misunderstood habits when it comes to blood pressure. Most people wake up, shuffle into the kitchen, and pour a hot cup of coffee before their eyes are even fully open. For decades, that's been seen as normal, even healthy. But new research says it could be spiking your blood pressure by 10 to 20 points, especially if you're over 60. Let's talk about cortisol, your body's natural wake-up hormone. It peaks 30 to 90 minutes after waking, helping you feel alert. Caffeine also stimulates your nervous system. So if you drink coffee during that cortisol window, it's like hitting the gas while your engine's already revving high. The result? Your heart rate increases, your blood vessels tighten, and your blood pressure jumps, often without you even noticing. Dr. Andrew Huberman, a neuroscience professor at Stanford, recommends waiting 90 minutes after waking to drink caffeine. That way, your cortisol can do its job first, and coffee gives you a smoother boost without the crash or pressure spike. Take Maria, 72, a retired school teacher. She loved her 6 a.m. coffee, but her morning readings kept hitting 160 over 100 no matter what she changed. Then her daughter, a nurse, asked her to delay her coffee until 7:30. Nothing else changed, just the timing. Within 5 days, her morning numbers dropped to 138 over 88. It wasn't the coffee itself, it was when she drank it. That's the beauty of this habit. You don't have to give up your favorite morning ritual. You just shift it slightly so it works with your body's natural rhythm, not against it. Some people like to fill that 90-minute window with water, a short walk, or even a warm herbal tea like chamomile or ginger, both of which can actually support healthy blood pressure. Others simply enjoy a calm, quiet start to the day before their caffeine kick. So tomorrow, before you reach for the coffee pot, pause. Ask yourself, can I wait just a little? Your heart might thank you with steadier numbers and more energy throughout the day. That's habit number 3. Bold, maybe even a little controversial, but backed by solid science and real-life success stories. And now let's get back to nature with habit number 4. It's about something free, fast, and surprisingly powerful. Sunlight. Habit 4. The sunlight sink. Habit number 4 is one of the simplest yet most powerful tools you have for better blood pressure, and it doesn't cost a thing. It's called the sunlight sink, and it starts with just 2 to 3 minutes of natural sunlight every morning. Now, this isn't about getting a tan or standing in front of a bright window. It's about stepping outside, even for a moment, and letting real daylight hit your eyes and skin. Why? Because your body has a biological clock, your circadian rhythm, that controls everything from sleep to stress hormones to, yes, blood pressure. When you expose your eyes and skin to early morning sunlight, your body gets the signal that it's daytime. This helps reset that inner clock, lowering cortisol at the right time and balancing your nervous system. When your circadian rhythm is healthy, your blood vessels relax and your pressure naturally drops. Let me tell you about George. He's 76, a retired mechanic who used to take his morning pills and then sit in front of the TV for 2 hours. After a routine checkup, his doctor suggested trying morning sunlight. So George started sitting on his porch for 5 minutes each day with his coffee, just watching the birds. After 3 weeks, George's blood pressure readings were more stable. He even reported feeling less anxious in the mornings and sleeping better at night, all from a habit that took less time than boiling an egg. Now, the key here is timing. This only works if you get outside within the first hour of waking up. That's when your body is most sensitive to light signals. And no, light through a window isn't the same. Glass filters out the wavelength your body needs to trigger that biological response. If you live somewhere cold, even just cracking open a door and standing near it works. The important part is direct exposure, real daylight, no sunglasses, no phone screen. Take a few slow breaths, look at the sky, not the sun, and let nature do its job. Studies show that seniors who get morning sunlight consistently have up to 15% lower systolic blood pressure than those who don't. That's better than some medications and completely side effect free. It also boosts melatonin production at night, which helps you sleep deeper, heal better, and maintain lower pressure over time. So tomorrow morning, instead of reaching for your phone, step outside. Even if it's cloudy, there's still light. Let your body sync up with the day. It's quick, it's calming, and it might just be the missing piece your heart has been waiting for. Ready for the final habit? It's unexpected, a little chilly, and it works in just 30 seconds. Let's dive into habit number 5. Habit 5, the temperature transition. Now we've come to habit number 5, and trust me, it's the one that catches most people off guard. It's called the temperature transition, and it only takes 30 seconds. But the effects on your heart can be powerful. Here's how it works. After finishing your morning routine, maybe right after brushing your teeth or stepping out of the shower, take cool, not freezing water and splash it on your wrists and the back of your neck. That's it. Just 30 seconds of cool water contact on these key areas. You might be wondering, how can that possibly lower my blood pressure? Well, this little trick taps into something called the diving reflex, a natural response your body has when it senses cold water on the skin, especially around the face and neck. The diving reflex slows your heart rate, tells your blood vessels to constrict gently, and shifts blood toward your core to protect vital organs. It's your body's ancient survival tool, but in this case, it's like hitting a reset button for your cardiovascular system. There's real science behind this. Researchers have studied how cold water therapy can activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the part that calms you down. In studies, participants who used cold exposure in short bursts saw noticeable drops in systolic and diastolic blood pressure, even hours later. I met a woman named Rosa, 73 years old, who started this after hearing it on a health podcast. At first, she thought it sounded silly, but after trying it for 1 week, just a splash of cold water after brushing her teeth, she noticed she didn't feel as lightheaded when standing up. Her morning blood pressure dropped by 7 points, and her energy felt more steady. Now, she says, it wakes her up better than coffee. The key is to do this gradually. Don't shock your body with ice water. Lukewarm to cool is enough, especially at first. And remember, focus on your wrists, neck, or even your face, where your body is most responsive. You can even keep a damp washcloth in the fridge and press it to these areas while you sit quietly for a minute. It's calming, not uncomfortable. And here's a bonus. This habit also improves mental clarity. Many seniors report sharper thinking and less brain fog after including some cold exposure in their morning routine. So it's not just for your heart, it's a full body refresh. Now you've learned all 5 habits, but these are more than tricks. They're powerful tools, rooted in your body's natural rhythms. Even small actions done consistently can lead to big health wins. Stick with me because up next, I'll show you one last bonus technique from Chinese medicine that you can try before you even get out of bed. Let's keep going. Still with me? Good, because this is where things really start to change. You've learned the 5 habits, but now comes the real challenge, putting them into motion. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Imagine waking up just a little earlier, your body calmer, your mind clearer, your heart not racing. That's not a fantasy. It's what happens when these habits become part of your rhythm. And yes, even if you're 60, 70, or 80, especially then. But I get it. Life gets busy. Maybe you're thinking, will this even work for me? The answer is yes, but only if you take that first small step. Just one habit, one morning, one breath. That's how change starts. And coming up next, I'll share the story of a man who went from near collapse to calm control using just 2 of these habits. His twist might surprise you, and it might just save your morning too. Now, as promised, here's that bonus technique my friend Dr. Martinez swears by. It takes just 30 seconds. You can do it right in bed, and it's surprisingly powerful, especially for seniors. It's called the palm pressure point trick. Just press your thumb firmly into the center of your left palm for 30 seconds, then do the same on your right. That spot? It's known in Chinese medicine as pericardium 8, a calming point that connects to your heart and nervous system. Modern science backs this up too. Studies show this kind of pressure activates the parasympathetic system, which slows your heart rate and gently lowers blood pressure. It's subtle, but some patients have seen a 5 to 8 point drop almost instantly. Try it tomorrow morning. One small press. One deep breath. It could be the calmest start to your day you've had in years. But wait, before you try any of these habits, here's a serious warning. If you're on heart meds, blood thinners, or have circulation issues, don't skip this step. Talk to your doctor first. Some breathing exercises or temperature shifts might seem harmless, but they can interfere with your meds or affect your blood pressure faster than expected. You're not being overly cautious. You're being smart. Longevity isn't just about doing more. It's about doing what's right for your body. So promise me this. Check first, act second. That's how you win the long game. So now you've seen it. The 5 simple habits that can reset your health, energy, and sleep. Not with fancy tech or expensive treatments, but with small daily moves your body was designed to respond to. But here's the truth. Knowledge changes nothing without action. You can know every trick in the book, but unless you breathe deeper, move your ankles, delay your coffee, catch the morning sun, or cool your skin, you'll stay stuck in the same loop. Remember Irene? She didn't wait for someday. She chose today. And even in her 70s, she reclaimed her mornings, eased her swelling, and felt younger than she had in years. Why? Because tiny changes, done consistently, beat big promises every time. So, what about you? Will you scroll on, or will you stand up, take a breath, and try habit 1 right now? Your story's still being written. And if you take the first step, it just might be the moment everything changes.